The following is a special edition of the Weekly Outlook podcast in celebration of the 150th anniversary of Alexander City.
Welcome to the Weekly Outlook. I'm Caitlin Fleming, Managing Editor for Tallapoosa Publishers. Today we feature a portion of Peggy Jackson Wall's 1998 interview with John Boulware and the establishment of Black-owned businesses on Bibb Street in Alexander City.
After the hardships of World War II, the commerce of the town began to recover. A variety of businesses developed along Bibb Street, as they did in the early days of the town. A cleaning and laundry business was established by Mr. John Boulware on Bibb Street in the 1960s. Mr. Boulware has been an outstanding leader in the community. He has served as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, a member of the Board of Directors of Schools, and in various leadership positions at Great Bethel Church.
But I was the only black cleaners down here. Back in the years, there once was one, but not in this spot. It was across the street. So this is the only one that has been in this spot, and this one was built for me, and I've been here ever since, which is 37 years. Well, we had 2 barber shops, and then we had a cafe, and then we had ice cream parlor and a taxi station. The taxi station was the People taxi station. And then the barber shop was most likely named up under the same name because Reverend Nuns had this whole facility rented from the lady that owned this property.
Mr. Boulware attended school in the 1950s to prepare for his business.
We had GI school, and that was paid for through upon the Veteran Administration. So I attended school on that in chemistry, in mixing chemistry, and studying fabrons, and what they would take and what they wouldn't take for 2.5 years.
In the 1950s, Miss Jewel Barnes operated a beauty shop on Bibb Street in one of the buildings owned by Reverend Nunn.
My first beauty shop was located in one of his buildings, both across the street where the Bentons are and where John Boulware's Cleaners is. That was the restaurant there. And the barber shop was beneath it. And I also had beauty shop in that building.
Bibb Street has been a thriving business area since the days when Reverend Nunn owned several businesses there.
Black businesses were relegated to Bibb Street. They were segregated at the time. TPI Talk guest David Boulware will talk more on that in a future episode. I grew up during a transition period. I remember my mother religiously used Bibb Street cleaners for her dry cleaning because no one else could do as good a job as they did. And more than once, I rode with my grandparents in the black taxi cab.
Thanks for joining us for the special edition of the Weekly Outlook. To be notified when we upload our next episode, like the podcast on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can support the Weekly Outlook by subscribing at alexcityoutlook.com/subscribe, or click the listener support link below.